Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Dear monastic sangha and Zen practitioners. So this is the afternoon of our fourth day of the 7-day retreat. So this is the time we are gonna share the practice and the experience. So in this practice, the patriarchs they say that when we practice, we dedicate wholeheartedly to the practice in solving the birth and death. Why is our practice is always get distracted by all the discursive thoughts? Our practice get lost because we not here for the practice. We're not able to hold on to the practice. So in order for us to hold on to the practice and have this strong mentality in solving the birth and death and stay in the practice by come to the Zen hall, come to the Zen practice every day. So that's why we can establish strong foundation for the practice. And that also gives us the strong determination for resolving the birth and death. And the patriarchs saying that, like Zen Master Xin Yuan, he said that like making, learning how to make it the tofu, or our own Zen Master widely, he said that just learning how to ride a bike. Otherwise, if we don't learn wholeheartedly, we're gonna learn something else in the world life. So one of the Zen teaching is if our practice is always running on the learning the scholarly, or always learning based on the forms, fame, and without tiring. It's just like we dive into the ocean and count the sands. So if we don't practice correctly, then we are actually keep the possession of other people for other people, or we are counting the sands in the oceans. So the patriarchs, they really want us to realize our own self nature, or discover yourself. That is our only mission. So you have to trust your own mind. Trust in your own mind. And we continue to dedicate this practice like this until we achieve the Buddhahood or awakening. So like the patriarch Zen master Likwa, he said that, when he said that I teach the practice, I tell how to practice, and practitioners, they get bored. They don't want to listen. But when we talk about the social media, social life, stories, then we love to listen to that. And that's what we been taught by the Zen master. We love to play with the fire, and we bring the fire in our own mind. And those fires are the hatred, illusion, and greed. So we are living in the poison uh, and the fires. So we need to recognize the fires in the worldly life. How to leave the firehouse, like in the Lotus Sutra. So our practice, we need to understand how to really help ourselves or rescue ourselves from the hell realm or the sick realms, or in the lower realms. And in the lower realms, there's no Dharma. So we have to be hurried to help ourselves to get out of the firehouse. So right now, if you have any questions, please raise your hands. Namo Sakya Muni Bụt. Monk Pháp Thịnh. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Dear thầy, dear monastic sanghas, and all Zen practitioners, like you just mentioned about the Zen master Huyền Giác, when he said that we should not chase after words. And I remember one of the verse of the Zen master before he passed away. And his disciple asked him, when you pass away, when would you go? And then he replied that I came from the nothingness and I return to the nothingness. And when later on in my life, especially in this practice, I listened to you and all the wise teachers. I think I realized this from this verse is I came to this life without attachment, and when I live this life, I have nothing to attach to. So basically, from this verse, I realize, I think there's non-duality. Our original mind doesn't have dualistic thinking. So when we say this, why the sixth patriarch Huai Nan say that the original mind doesn't have the self nature? So it's maybe create a little bit of confusions or misunderstanding. So and the patriarch, the sixth patriarch, also mentioned that when we talk, or when we give the Dharma, we not leave the original mind. and we always in the original mind. And like our own Zen master Wei Li said that we always use our self nature potential or capability. So I really appreciate you for always remind me to return to the practice. So when we always return to the practice, that is when we are close to our original mind. So that's what I want to share. And if is there any misunderstanding, can you elaborate more? Thank you. So basically, our worldly knowledge is very dangerous. When we confirm or not confirm, we always fall into the fall negation. Yes, no, no, nor, yes, no, nor, no. It's like the four negation that the Buddha teaching always help us to live our worldly view. So we need to be careful about this. Otherwise, we're gonna get stuck in this four attachment of view. So when we in this practice, we need to be careful. Otherwise, our view we can get stuck in any of this four attachment of the view. So any way we understand is still the sickness of the mind. So usually the disciples they sometimes get attached to their own views, and they keep go at it. And sometimes the patriarchs they have to stop talking, stay silent, and wait until the disciples start to get to the point or reach to the almost realization. Then the master, the Zen master, is gonna help out a little bit more. So when we talk about any point of view, then is create more knowledge, and we get stuck in that knowledge, and we think we found our own realization. So we have to go back to the basics. We have to return to ignite the huato and create doubts. And that way it's gonna relinquish automatically. So that's how we're gonna resolve all these point of views. And when we realize this, when we don't have to remember anything, but we know everything. But when someone they try to hold on to their knowledge, to know a lot of things, but actually they don't know anything. And when you, for myself, when I listen to the Dharma talk to the wise teachers, and I attach to the words, I attach to the teaching, and I get stuck with their views. And I thought my view is should be like theirs. And sometimes we have to be careful. Otherwise, it's gonna be really dangerous. And we have to go back and establish our foundation for the trust in the mind, and our view, our understanding have no obstacles. So just like the Zen master, they say that our practice is have no such secrets. But as long as you continue to have the strong determination for resolving birth and death, that's it. And it's not about try to sacrifice your own life to prove that you have the strong determination for resolving birth and death. So the teaching of the Zen teacher, their presentation is doesn't have any mistake in their present, but we are take our own view. That's why it's misunderstanding their teaching. So you have to be careful. So monk Pháp Từ, please go ahead. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha, dear thầy, dear monastic and all practitioners. This morning I listened to the monk Thiền Từ mention about this important point in the third guidelines in the Huato Zen practice. That is do not let the discursive thoughts rising in that guideline. We should not we should not compress our thoughts. And in this guideline, I think almost everyone have read through it. And in our daily life, we live with this discursive thoughts all the time. And when we listen to this message, we try to use some methods to get rid of the discursive thoughts. But in fact, all the skillful practice in the reality, in this practice, we're not gonna use any kind of practice to get rid of or eliminate our discursive thoughts. And for me, I realize one of the teaching of the Buddha is as all sentient beings, we all have the mind and the body of the Tathagata, or true light. True light is Tathagata. And the Zen master Huyền Giác, the six patriarchs, the six patriarch disciple, he said that there there's nothing that we have to use anything to eliminate anything. So, how can we, in our practice, how can we use our practice through all the activities in our practice? So that way we can completely return to one pointedness in our practice. So I just want to bring it up so that way you can elaborate more. So in this guided guidelines for the Huatou practice is like a compass or the North Star um, for us uh, to follow. So this guidelines is not about for us to understand, but for us um, to practice. It's not for us to preach. So it's like the mirror for us to look into our practice. So it's basically the guideline for us, for the mind to stay in with the practice. So because of our practice is gonna help us to strengthening our strong determination in the practice and belief in ourselves. And slowly we able to see the fruition from the practice. So is the uh, the thought of this strong determination for the practice is come naturally. It's not like we have to use our expression to make it the strong determination. So so in all our activities in our daily life, it's basically it go along with our practice. So it's not thing that different from the practice with our daily life activities. So it's just basically become automatically uh, trade off for any thing in our life, but just for the practice. So the guideline is helping us to stay in the practice. So when we listen to words of encouragement from Zen masters, they help us to give us more inspiration for the practice. So all the guidelines the Zen masters before us, with their experience, with their practice, they're able to put together, this guidelines so that we can follow. So when we're talking about the strong determination, it's not just literally theories, but actually it's come from our own practice. And when you give this, when for this example, like when we making tofu, if we put our whole heart into the making the tofu, then it will come out really good. So so everything in life, if you put everything in wholehearted, then things gonna turn out really good. So when when we in this practice, we may deal with a lot of karmic effects, but that doesn't matter as long as you stay on course with the practice, and you don't have to worry about strong karma or light karma. Uh, that doesn't matter as long as you continue with your practice. And when we deal with the discursive thoughts, we don't have to worry about, to uh, go out our way to, get rid of it. So our original minds, we already have this pure quality. We don't have to bother with the discursive thoughts, and when we stay with our uh, practice, then the discursive thoughts, they go away by themselves. So if when we listen to the teaching of the Zen master question, we can see that because of our mind creates a lot of uh, things, burden for ourselves, then that's why we are suffering with those. So we have to continue to return to the practice, and it's gonna strengthen our strong determination for the practice and uh, the belief in our own mind. So, sư cô Pháp Chánh, go ahead, please. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha, dear Thầy, dear monastic Sangha, and all Zen practitioners. So our Zen teachers always this question relate to our Zen masters saying that they said do not attach to anything but themselves. They attach the most because they create all these rules. They create all this like if people they have disabilities, they have deformed face, deformed bodies. If they are older than 60 years old, they cannot become monks or nuns. And all this people from the kitchen, they the cooks in the kitchen, and they cannot become nuns because all this regulation and and this these disabled people, they cannot become monks and nuns. They able to become human, and they cannot become monks and nuns. So why they cannot such a hard rules? So dear nun, you are misunderstanding the Buddha teaching, the Buddha point. The Buddha, he is very compassionate. He wants the three truths is always exists in the world, and that's why they all the rules, all the regulation, they have to be um, properly in the three jewels. If the three jewels, when come when people come to the temple, they always see the sick people running the temple, the deformed face, disabled people running the temple. So the Buddha say in the guidelines by the Buddha. So when Buddha, when people they are reach 60 years old, and when this person not able to walk by herself, and they have to be exist by three people for walking, and they cannot help themselves, they cannot feed themselves, they cannot take care of themselves. So the Buddha want to have the disciples, even though the Buddha say that okay, the cutoff point is 60 years old, but Sariputra, one of the oldest disciple of the Buddha, he was 80. So the Buddha is sometimes very flexible, depends on the persons. So if someone like under 60 and not able to walk, not able to take care of himself, how can he become a disciple? How can he become a monk or a nun? So that's make the the look of the three truths very miserable. So if someone is really old and into the sangha and very weak, and how can that person allow other monks, the young monks, to take care of that person all the time? And what if someone they cannot have enough enough uh, like missing uh, the legs or the foot, or the um, or look very deformed? How can that become a monk or nun? Or like someone is bi, or lesbians or gays, and they cannot enter the sangha, because if they enter the sangha, they're gonna destroy the sangha because of their not correct uh, human form. They enter uh, this human world, but they in the different channel, so they cannot enter the sangha. That's why that's the regulation that the Buddha. And one of the story that this being is a dragon, half human, half dragon, enter, and he really want to become a nun, a monk, and he had to transform himself. He transformed himself into the perfect human being, and so the Buddha allowed him into the sangha. But during the night, when he was sleeping, and somehow he transformed back into the dragon, and that incident, freaked out the sangha. From there, the Buddha, created the precept that if you are half human and half uh, other beings, then you cannot enter the sangha. So that's why the Buddha, he had to be really careful to create all this regulation out of compassion, so that way the three truths can exist, as long as possible in the world. So all these rules, all these precepts, that the Buddha or came up with in the sanghas, in the monastic sangha. So that's why it keep the life of the sangha as long as possible. So if someone create, this unwholesome act, then the Buddha came up with the precept to regulate that. So I hope you understand that. Do you understand? Yes. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha, dear Thầy, and every Zen practitioners. I've been sitting here and listening to the question from this nun, Fajin. She said that the patriarchs are so strict, so wrongly strict, came up with this from the nun. How can we harshly criticize the patriarchs? So my suggestion is, my comment about this: when you are a nun, you should not use such words, to criticize the patriarchs, like that. So we should maintain our speech, our manners, our bodily manner. That is my suggestion to the other Suko. Before I became a nun, I look at the nuns and the monks because of their manners. That why I want to follow them. I want to become a nun myself. So therefore, I think that's why the Buddha want us, the nuns and the monks, have to be looked at least, minimum, almost perfect as the monk and the nun in a form, of the human body. And in a sangha, if someone enter the sangha in their old age, and how can the sangha can take care of that elders? So each individual in the sangha, they have their own duty, and they cannot dedicate take care of the elders who just enter the sangha. So for myself, when I enter this sangha, into this Zen meditation center, I I I did not know anything about a Zen. The words Huato Zen or 7 Day Zen. I have I had no idea what does that mean. I had no idea about the Huato. I have no idea about the doubts. So I have no way to know how to present my practice to the Zen master. So so the more I come here, the more I try to learn the protocol, and slowly understand how the Zen center works. So thank you, Suko Muntui. Um, so thank you for your suggestion. So we have to be careful the words Sosiko Faching have to be careful with the words. So we are running out of time. So thank you, everyone, and continue with your practice.